Good morning, beloveds. It's gym day or weight day. I don't go to a gym, I go to a garage. But yeah, it was Tom had a complicated move, so I got finished way faster than he did. So I'm standing around waiting on him to finish up his workout before we get to the partner part. And so the trainer and I are standing there looking at costumes on Facebook. So it was fun. A lot of times, if I finish before he does, then I'll do a series of stretching. But we had gotten off onto talking about it. She's a friend of mine that I work for at the Renaissance Festival, and she was looking for a trainer, and he trains over Zoom, so he got her as a client, and so it was just it's like it's a small circle of people, and we all know each other. And Tom was grumpy because, his was taking so much longer because he was doing a complicated one. That's one of the things that I love about my trainer, is because he gives you these things that you have to think about. It's like you can't just do them. You actually have to think about them, do them right, so that, one, you don't hurt yourself and you're doing them correctly and working the right muscles. So you always walk out of these workouts awake. You might show up half asleep, but you will walk out of them awake. All right. Oh, good personal trainer. Get a good personal trainer. So, it is April 28th, and our title is I Glorify God by Thinking Rightly and Loving Greatly. And we're in John now. Now is the Son of Man glorified, and God is glorified in him. John 13:31. The glory of the Lord is upon me, and I am a son of the Most High. I glorify God by thinking rightly and loving greatly. God glorifies me by becoming the thing I need at the instant I need it. I know no delay, for God's instantaneous results are assured. My universe is redolent with beauty. My life is filled with good. My mind is saturated with love, and I see the face of God in every face I see. In the one mind I think, and in me the one mind prevails. There isn't God and man, there is only God as man, and I am that man now. God and I are one, and God is that one. As I willingly let go of fear, faith appears. As I willingly let go of beliefs in duality, oneness appears. As I realize that God is my Father and I am his Son, the law establishes me in perfect results. I declare that I am the perfect creation of an unlimited God, and act to prove this statement. I glory in the expanding ideas which God delivers to my consciousness. He never fails to offer me something greater than that which has gone before. His omniscience is within me, and I regulate all my thinking to its standards and its processes. Right thinking becomes natural to me, and right loving releases itself through me. The divine release through me is normal and easy. I begin this day with the feeling that it will be good. God works in me and through me with ease. I know that good has been accomplished yesterday, and even greater things are before me today. I give thanks for the good of my life, and I dedicate myself to the greater works which I shall do and have started to do even today. All right. So today's one of those days when I'm going to point out, yes, I'm reading. Yes, the book was written by men. And let me see if I can tell you when it was written. The publishing is Burbank, California. Let's see. 1953. The first edition was 1953. And so I made a commitment when I read this to read it exactly as it's written, as close as I can get. Because occasionally I'll miss words and skip words. But exactly as it's written the first time through. And then the second time, I'm going to change the words. I'm not going to call myself a son again because I'm not a son, I am a daughter. But I am also a child. So the first time when I read through the passage, I will read it as it is written. The second time, I will use more gender inclusive language because I want to. This is what I want to do. And Ernest would be okay with that. Ernest would be totally okay with me changing the words to be gender inclusive. In fact, I don't think Ernest would have a problem if I changed them to feminine at all. Because sometimes I do that. He would not have a problem with that at all. He would not. He was very inclusive. But this was written in 1953, and that's how it was written. So that's why I do it. The first time through, I read it as written, and the second time through, when I go through it, I will use gender inclusive language. So I glorify God by thinking rightly and loving greatly. And again, thinking rightly, go back to all of the qualities of God that Ernest has been teaching us in these books. Creativity, love, joy, harmony, happiness, all of that. And loving greatly, oi, we'll get there. So, John 13:31, and I'm going to change this one to inclusive language too. Now is the child of human. Well, it's not a good way to, what is gender inclusive? Now is the child of humanity glorified, and God is glorified within them. So, yeah. The glory of the God is upon me, and I am a child of the Most High. I mean, really, honestly, say that to yourself. First thing when you wake up in the morning. The glory of the Lord is upon us, and we are children of the Most High. I glorify God by thinking rightly and loving greatly. Show me your God. Show me your God. Don't tell me about your God. Don't tell me about your God. Show me your God. And that is, so by the words that I use, by the deeds that I do, by the acts that I, by the casual encounters in the world that I have, when I'm not thinking about God, that's when you're going to see God in me. And that's when I glorify God. I don't glorify God on Sundays when I'm on the platform, when I am actively thinking about God. I mean, I do, but that's a conscious thing. I glorify God in the casual interactions that I have all day when I act in a godly manner, when I act like an authentic human being, when I act with the qualities of God, when I act with peace and harmony and creativity and joy and happiness, when people walk away from me better than they came to me, with whatever brief interaction it is. I'm not here to fix people, but I am here to be the representation of who I believe God is. And so when you encounter me, I don't want you to walk away hurt, because that's not the God that I believe in. I want you to walk away better. So those casual encounters, that's when I glorify God. God glorifies me by becoming the thing I need at the instant I need it. And that's the beautiful thing about God. Everything's made of God's stuff. And so the answer to our prayers are coming from God. Now, they may come through other people. And that's the beautiful thing. You never know when you're going to be the answer to somebody else's prayer. But God transforms in that moment to what it is that I have that I need or ask for. I know no delay, for God's instantaneous results are assured. That's hardball metaphysics. I get it. That's what we're working towards. My universe is redolent with beauty. My life is filled with good. My mind is saturated with love, and I see the face of God in every face I see. That includes my own. That includes your own. So right there, he's saying, go out and look for the good. Go out and look for the beautiful. Go out and see God in every face that you see. including when you're looking in the mirror. And sometimes that's the hardest place to see God. I get it. I know. That's why we practice. In the one mind, I think, and in me, the one mind prevails. So if I am consciously thinking in the one mind, then the one mind will prevail through me. That is the mind that I am using. It's the mind I always use. It's the mind you always use. The question becomes, are you using it consciously? Elevate your thoughts. Elevate your thoughts. Think greater. Think greater. And I don't necessarily mean bigger, because sometimes the small things are the important things. But think greater. There isn't God and human. There is only God as human. I am that human now. I am that person now. Maybe it would sound better. There isn't God and person. That sounds better. Okay. There isn't God as person. There is only God as person. And I am that person now. Can you say that to yourself? God and I are one, and God is that one. I am not all of God, but God is all of me. As I willingly let go of fear, faith appears. And it is kind of that balancing act. It's that balancing act of the more fear I have, the less faith I have. So as I'm letting go of the fear, faith naturally rises to fill that up. And fear is a choice. Fear is a choice. Fear is a choice. I know that's hard to say. And that's one of the reasons why I always hear Will Smith in the back of my head. The danger is real, but fear is a choice. So I'm not saying that we are not faced with situations where fear is not an appropriate choice. But our reaction or our response, fear is a choice. So if we can willingly let go of that choice, or willingly let go of that fear, faith will rise to take that place. They're naturally like that. Okay. As I willingly let go of the belief in duality, oneness appears. That's why we talk about evil is not a power. There is not a co-equal power to God. God is all there is. Evil is simply a misuse of power. As I realize that God is my parent and I am God's child, the law establishes me in perfect results. No. Okay, I'm going to try that again. As I realize that God is my source and I am God's child, the law establishes me in perfect results. Okay, I'm still working on that gender inclusive language. I declare that I am the perfect creation of an unlimited God and act to prove this statement. So our statement is, I am the perfect whole creation of an unlimited God, and so I'm going to act accordingly. What does that mean? It means something different to everybody, but it means that which I am seeking to do, I have the talents, I have the power, I have the go and do behind me, because I am a perfect creation of an unlimited God. That means the resources that I need to do that which I seek to do are there. I don't even have to ask for them. They're already there. But if I ask for them, I might be more willing to accept them. I glory in the expanding ideas which God delivers to my consciousness. God never fails to offer me something greater than that which has gone before. Okay? That comes down to your cup of acceptance. How big is your cup of acceptance? God will offer you more, or greater, or bigger, or, more expansive. Are you willing to accept it? Just because you have only accepted this up to this point doesn't mean that you're not worthy of more. And God will give you more. Not stuff. Stuff's included, but not just stuff. Okay? We're talking about talents and drives and ideas and creativity and all of that. God's omniscience is within me, and I regulate all my thinking to its standards and processes. What that means is if you need to know it, you do. You may have to get quiet and listen. You may have to find those unexpected sources. You may need to be more willing to hear what people say to you, because the answer to your prayer could be the conversation that you are having with your friend. And your friend won't even know that they're answering your prayer. You're just simply having a conversation, and God will use that to give you that answer. So the omniscience is within you. You have access to everything you need. How big is your cup of acceptance? Right thinking becomes natural to me, and right loving releases itself through me. The divine release through me is normal and easy. Don't tell me your God. Don't tell me about your God. Show me your God. The divine release through you, who you are. That's where God is. You get to show God every day in every way. And the easier it becomes, that's practice. I begin this day with the feeling that it will be good. God works in me and through me with ease. I know that good has been accomplished yesterday and that even greater things are before me today. That does not mean that there will be more work. What that means is that we are building upon. We're building upon. We're constantly building upon. We're constantly finding new and greater and more beautiful and the truth. I give thanks for the good in my life. I mean, you can't get any better than gratitude. And I dedicate myself to the greater works. And he has greater works in quotes. So, greater works is all kinds of things. It can be material, it can be spiritual, it can be mental, it can be emotional. Greater works. And sometimes the greater works is just simply you finding out who you are. Not who society, culture, religion, anything, who they have told you are, but finding out who you are. And sometimes that's about unlearning, about letting stuff go. Okay, so I give thanks for the good of my life, and I dedicate myself to the greater works which I shall do and have started to do even today. You're already on the path. You've been on the path. You've always been on the path. But today, you have more light on the path. You have a better idea of where you're going. And it's a journey. It's not about the destination. It's about enjoying the journey. All right. So our mission today, should we choose to accept it, is to, we're going to declare it. I declare, so we declare that we are the perfect creation of an unlimited God and act to prove this statement. And I know it's not a small mission. To recognize yourself as a perfect creation, meaning that you are whole, you are complete, that you have everything you need because you come from an unlimited God. Your source is unlimited and your source is love. So we go out and we think rightly and we love greatly. We show people who our God is. We don't tell them. I mean, we can, but we show people in our casual interaction who our God is. All right, beloveds, that is our mission today, if we choose to accept it. And as always, I do encourage you, do something loving for yourself, do something kind for yourself, do something compassionate for yourself, whatever it is, whatever it is. If it is a small act, if it is a great act, it doesn't matter. The more loving, kind, and compassionate you are with yourself, the more you will have to share with everybody else. That's the way it works. That is the way it works. You are a beloved child of God in whom God is well pleased always and forever. This is the state of grace. So your compassion for yourself is important. It is important. I would encourage you, do something to engage your mind and your body today, whatever it looks like. We're in the midst of springtime, so if the weather is good where you are, open the windows, get some fresh air, get that fresh perspective. Go for a walk. Get some sunlight first thing in the morning on your face. It really sets the day off. And please drink some water. What I am saying to you is take care of yourself. Take care of yourself. And remember, open the windows of your soul. Allow the breath of heaven to remind you you do live in heaven now. Always. Always. So look for it, see it. The more you look, the more you see, the more you see, the more there is. And that's how we make a world that works for everybody. All right, beloveds. I'm going to move into the process of my day. It is Wednesday. So the Living the Science of Mind book study is at 6 p.m. today, Central Time, on Wednesday, in case you're watching this recording later. And if you're interested in that, email info@creativelife.org to get that. They're doing that on Zoom. Reverend David will be on Facebook Live around 5 p.m. I will be back on Facebook Live with you at 9 a.m. 9 a.m. That's what time I do this. And as always, these are archived on the Running Rev Ryan YouTube channel, so you can go back and see what I've been doing for the last year. All right, beloveds, have a wonderful day and know that you are loved.